So I think AI can impact the iron triangle. It's probably not going to really shift the dynamics so much, but I would say generative AI tools for coding, they cut the unit cost of code and they can speed up delivery, right? So it's a linear factor. Maybe there's some arguments that there's some exponential factor, but there's also a bigger risk that generative AI can also multiply bad code if it's not unchecked, right? So there's certain aspects to software development that I sort of believe are fundamental about safely building good code. Things like unit tests and CI/CD and code reviews and just the static analysis tools, the kinds of things that you might look at if you were trying to say, yeah, but we want to get there as fast as we can. So I'm going to drive my car without ever using the brakes because brakes just slow me down. That's not safe. You're going to crash. Generative AI tools can really supercharge your engine, but you got to make sure that you still have brakes and seat belts and airbags. And the analogy there would be that we're using it to cut the unit cost of units of code and speed up the ability for engineers to do more work faster. But I wouldn't think of it as a complete replacement. I would think about it as going from swinging a hammer to using a nail gun. Right, we're still applying the same principles, but we're giving them a little bit of faster tools, right? And then I think that if you build in some guardrails with your AI and the kinds of things we're trying to do with Bulwark AI, that it can lift the floor on the quality line, right? So even though you're moving faster and you're maybe even using lower cost humans or AI bots to get more done, the right guardrails in place with AI will help you catch the issues as they're being written or before they're shipped out to prod. By being in the IDE, we can be really tight in the developer loop feedback cycle. One of the best things for developers is I write a line of code and I instantly know that it's a bug. The worst thing is I write code for 3 months and then ship it to production and then we find bugs, right? Because now I don't know one of that 3 months of code was the problem. Write a line of code, have AI wingman riding with me, just like a super smart human going, hey, did you mean to do that? We shouldn't use this piece of code because there's something else over here. Or you might consider that this is going on large scale. This could overflow the stack or something, right? So you want a senior AI agent to be able to help you write that code fast without having all of those problems you hear everyone complaining about crappy AI code. Because the goal here is let's use this AI to gain speed and cost saving without sacrificing quality. It's the without sacrificing quality problem that is a bit elusive right now, but everyone's getting better at it. Better prompting, better cursor rules, better documentation on your systems. And what we're trying to do with Bulwark AI here is better reinforcement learning where we show it through labeled data from humans. This is a good pull request. This is a bad pull request. This type of change was inappropriate in this context. This type of change was appropriate in this kind of context. Knowing that on top of being fine-tuned on the Bulwark code base means I should be able to have an AI where I can raise my level of description to the user or to the AI and say, instead of telling it what lines of code to write to get exactly what I want, I can start telling it at a higher level and it can actually do what I want in the right way, in the Bulwark way, following all of these rules and guides and using the knowledge of our pre-trained and our fine-tuned reinforcements on how we want it to write code. Now we're looking toward having an AI that can help me move faster and cheaper with the same level of quality. Now, maybe that just changes it from a right triangle to an isosceles triangle, but I still think the triangle holds.